Oh, hi guys, it's me, Eric from my comic shop. I was laying in my bathtub reading Kevin Keller, the new gay comic character from Archie Comics. It's cute, it's really cute actually. A few things I'd like to talk about tonight. One of them is a little on the serious side, but I'm not going to get too serious because we've been through a lot this past week, and it is the passing of my very dear, wonderful friend, Michael Pandel, who has really impacted this nerd community. I like to think, actually, I think I know the answer to that, but I like to think that he'd be very proud of me that I'm here laying in my tub talking about bath time, in the bath with Eric. I think he would totally be one of my supporters. Anyway, tonight I'm going to discuss a few things. First, I'd like to talk about the Fanfics program. I don't know if all of you have heard about it, but the Fanfics program is our rental program, where we rent graphic novels out to people. We're trying to restructure it to make it a little bit better, a little bit easier, so you could enjoy more, and I could do less paperwork, which is just a plus for me. So that's one of the first things. As I learn more about it, when I get all the final details, I will of course let you know with this special segment. Maybe I'll be in the shower, who knows? But then we'll see that in the future. So we'll be initiating that soon, but again, I will let you know as soon as I know. The next thing I like to talk about is one of my favorite series. Last time I spoke about Fables, which was one of them, which is the first one I have to say is my favorite series. But the next one I like to talk about this evening is The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead is a comic series that is all about, of course, the zombie apocalypse, yes. You know, and I'm not a huge zombie fan, so I was very hesitant for a long time to read it. But as I was reading it, I realized it's not about the zombies. It's really weird. It's how Robert Kirkman, who's just brilliant, how he can explain this and make me enjoy zombies so much, of how screwed up we are. You know, it's like, oh my God, you know, how screwed up and how we justify things. And now there's no more world order, there's no government, there's nobody telling us what to do. Now we're doing it ourselves and justifying it. So it is a gripping series. I read all the graphic novels. I'm on single issues, which I believe I'm waiting for. I want to say 93, 94 is about to come out. It's just a mind-blowing series that I'm just so infatuated with. As well as there is a TV show, Walking Dead on AMC every Sunday night that I can't get enough of. And here I am watching a zombie show and I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait. That's the first thing. One comic related thing that I like to talk about. The second thing I like to talk about is a few of my favorite books that come out in the past 2 weeks. First, I would really like to talk about the best one. The best one from Marvel Comics is Uncanny X-Force. If you're not reading this book, you're crazy. And the minute somebody says X, people freak out. It's not about the whole X-Men universe. It's about X-Force. It's this group. You can enjoy this group and get off on this group. Or you can even divulge into the rest of the X-Men world. So it's one of the bestseller books that we have in a comic shop from Marvel Comics. It is, you know, Wolverine Strike Team. It's it's his thing, just wants to take out the villains, the bad guys. And now with his school that's in place, the Jean Grey School of Higher Learning, he has that to contend with as well. But Uncanny X-Force, please read it. Nightcrawler, I'm sure by now most people know Nightcrawler died, and now there's a Nightcrawler in Uncanny X-Force that's a badass. Oh my God, he's so good. Right now the story arc is the Captain Britain Corps, Betsy's brother Brian, her brother Jamie is all involved, and it's because Phantom X, one of the characters of X-Force, basically by now you should know, or be familiar with it, that he killed Apocalypse. He shot him dead. And because he did that, now they feel like he murdered somebody, so they're putting him on trial. Alright, so that was my first book. My second book is by Robert Kirkman again, the guy who writes Walking Dead, Thief of Thieves. It's by Robert Kirkman and Nick Spencer. Nick Spencer writes a couple of books that I like. One is Morning Glories, teen slasher movie, which is just a badass movie. The other one that I'm really into is Ultimate X-Men. I think it's very well done, but that's by Nick Spencer. So here you have somebody who's writing Walking Dead, somebody's writing Ultimate X-Men, and they both are just great writers, in my opinion. That's my view, of course. So this Thief of Thieves is basically about this high-playing jewel thief. And yes, that's pretty common. It's just like, yeah, Gambit's jewel thief. But how they explained how he came up with the idea of robbing somebody and stealing something was the mind-blowing part, was the brilliant storytelling for me. You know, because I just can't believe it, you know. It was just brilliant how it transpired, and it's issue 1. It just came out this past week. So if you haven't, pick it up, give it a try. You know, I highly recommend it. I mean, Image is really on their game this new year. So this is one of the few new books that they're coming out with, which I will keep you up to date with more than that so far that I like. Another one I like to talk about is from DC. It's the one from each company. My new favorite, Green Lantern. Green Lantern. I was going to talk about Wonder Woman, but that'll be really, really gay on my part. So it's not going to be too gay. As I'm sitting with a tiara on my head. But anyway, I'll talk about that later. But Green Lantern is Sinestro's Green Lantern right now. He deputizes Hal Jordan to help him. And that's a lot of fun. Sinestro is not the bad guy that we've always believed him to be. I think he's more kind of like Magneto. Like, he gets things done, and maybe he'll go to a little bit of an extreme to get it done, but he gets it done. You know, what he sets out to do, which I just love. You know, I fell in love with him, and I really hope, because I know Hal Jordan will take his book back, you know, and eventually Hal Jordan will be the Green Lantern of that book. But I'm hoping that Sinestro gets his own, because I'm just blown away how much I like Sinestro. The other thing I like to talk about is my podcast, Flame On. If I don't talk about this, Brian, who runs the Flame On, will kill me. But Flame On is some of my dearest friends. We all get together and we all talk about comics and geek culture and movies. One of my favorite segments that we do, and please feel free to email us a question, but we answer questions. Maybe questions about homosexuality in general, like somebody asked about what a power bottom was, and you know, we had to explain it. Or relationship advice, and we've had those as well. So if you feel you want to, you could email me at eric@flameon. Feel free, anytime. Sending a picture would be a plus. Anyway, I digress. So, I mean, that's a lot of fun. We're also going to be part of MegaCon with the Nerdy Show, which is with their sister. They're the, I guess, the parent, because I've learned that there are a lot of little nerdy shows, you know, that they went out to. So we're just the little gay part, and then this Nerdy Show is the main show that Mike Mandel was a part of. It's Cappy, and they're just this great group of guys, nerds, that we all get together, and it's a lot of fun. But they have a panel this year, and they invited some of us to be a part of it, which is very exciting. You know, it's like, oh my God, I'm going to be part of MegaCon. So hopefully you'll listen to our show, Flame On. You can find it through Nerdy Show. There's a link for it, or you can find it as well on Facebook at Flame On. So hopefully you could, you know, check me out, check my friends out, check all of us out at this. The last thing I like to talk about, and then I'll leave you guys alone because I'm tired of seeing me in the tub, is the White Lantern Corps. The White Lantern Corps was canceled last month. It's being restructuring it and redoing it for February 27th. February 27th, it starts at around 7:30, 7:45, where we all get there, check in, talk about different things, you know, where we are as, you know, we're a health and fitness club. So we like to talk about things and ideas that, oh, maybe you're trying something, and maybe I like to try, and so on, like I have. So what I like to do, and this is why I'm wearing a tiara, Lacey, a lovely yoga instructor, is doing something called magical transformations. So that's why I felt I should wear the tiara today. Magical transformations with Lacey, as I like to call it. And I don't know how this woman does it, but she came up with some kind of a Sailor Moon pose. So, dear God, you know, but the girl is crazy, and I love her for it. And that's why I hope all of you could come to a comic shop. Tell them the Geek Easy, which is our little lounge off to the side of the Geek Easy, a comic shop. It's a lot of fun. She's a great girl. The group is great. And I really hope you guys will be a part of it. Last thing I like to talk about is rubber duckies. So, one of my customers, Nikki, she gave me a rubber ducky so I can use for during my podcast. I keep calling it a podcast during my bath time. So this is a little rubber ducky. So if you'd like to see more rubber duckies, or maybe what your favorite rubber ducky featured, just send me one or drop it off to me. All right. So hopefully I will talk to you guys soon, and you guys have a great night. Love you.